Oh, wait, I got to get to the video. Hey, professional as always.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jessy Martin.
You want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your Majesty.
And now here's your host, John Taylor.
Hey, that's me. Welcome, everybody, to our Saturday edition of the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast. I'll tell you what, this is three guys sitting around talking about the NFL and making picks on football games. We don't give a shit if you're watching or listening. We're going to do it because we like talking football. What else would you be doing right now, Scott? This is my friend Scott from the UK.
Hello, everybody.
Furnace, UK. Yes, hello, Scott. Oh, wait, we got to give you your... So, of course, you're 7 hours ahead of us, or 5 hours ahead of us, which means you people have been crying for a very long time over the 0-0 tie.
We have been,
the United States.
We have been,
even though I know you don't care. Well, I'm going to rub it into you. That's like the worst thing in the world for you people.
My local team that I support lost in the FA Cup second round today, so I'm pretty disappointed with that because £70,000 for the local team for them to get into the next round, and we've missed out on a potential big tie. So your Premier League teams, they come in to the competition at the third round.
Oh, well, that's fucked.
could have drawn someone big away, which means you're going to get quite a lot of money. So for lower league teams who are in the bottom end of the pyramid, it can be the difference between, getting promotion, having another sign in the summer, or even making your club stay afloat for 3 or 4 years. So Andy Burrows, who's a Dunstable fan, they come in at, I think they do about 5 games before they even get to the first round. So, it's like there's like preliminary rounds to get in, but any team can, from any league in England or Wales, can get into that competition. It's pretty cool. You could end up playing Manchester United.
That is pretty cool, I would imagine, because here also joining us, probably just as confused as I am over how any of this shit works or why anybody watches it over there, my friend Jessy Martin. How are you, my friend?
Yes, splendid.
He is splendid, yeah.
And then how
is it a Tuesday?
British people, when they're having sex, they're like, yes, splendid.
Well, is it a Tuesday?
It depends on whether it is splendid.
I'm arriving.
What is that fucking show that I've watched? Toast of London. You ever seen that?
No.
Oh my God. That fucking show is funnier than shit. Dude,
we
you
don't
have to
all
watch
sound
that.
like Dick Van Dyke, I promise you.
No, I understand that. This is what is this guy's name? What is this guy's name? He was on the IT crew, whatever that. What was that show? The It Crowd, right?
Yeah, the It Crowd.
He was the boss. He was the boss.
Right, okay.
And I can't remember his name, but God damn it, he is
Amwali or whatever he's called.
No. Oh, well, we'll have to find it. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's you better get working on your British TV, because that one I can't believe you haven't seen. Toast of London. Anyway, if you're tuned in to watch us, we're supposed to be talking about football.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about phrases that British people make when they're having sex. Not that hole, governor. All right. So,
that's the tradesman's entrance.
That's right. That's down in the mines there.
Oh, dear.
So,
anyway.
Okay, so how did we do last week, Scott? Bring out the big, fat, embossed Washington Commanders.
I have the embossed book to hand, gentlemen, and we are going to show it now live on the pod.
Last week, we need a theme song for the book.
We do. Jessy Martin, 9 predicted scores correctly. John Taman, 7 predicted scores correctly. And Scott Hartley, 6 predicted scores correctly. A bad week for me.
Yeah.
Jessy, on all of your bets, you came out with a clear profit of $185. However, you were down at one stage, and the San Francisco game against Arizona, you went for the over 43.5. You went with you lay the 9, and you put $150 on it, and that actually gave you a profit of $535. So you came out in total from all the bets that you laid of a 185 profit. John, not a great day on the betting.
No, not really for me. Of course, then again, I'm taking the word of a man who builds submarines and not
Yep.
a certified accountant.
$665 until that 49ers game we just talked about there. And
That's
you
right.
came out with minus 265.
It's like my old uncle used to say, "I'll always bet on the 49ers when they're playing in Mexico."
I came out with a profit of $385 because
Now,
I
how does
stayed
that-
away from a lot of it.
How does that translate to pounds? How much money do you actually make for yourself?
385 would have been about £350.
All right, so it's
Very
just been
close.
it's been a bad week for the Brits all the way around,
I think so. Yeah.
in their competitions with the Americans. All right, then. Now that I've been cocky and I've rubbed Scott's face in it, even though he couldn't care less. Now, understand, Scott, I'm rubbing your face in it. This 0-0 tie, just as a symbolic
It's not a
rub.
tie, it's a draw.
A draw. Pardon me. Pardon me. It's just a draw.
Yeah, mate. When are we going to start talking about egg handball?
What the hell
Not
is that?
football.
Oh, egg hand.
Come on. Anyway,
Well, your football is soccer.
is a
or
ball that's
kickball.
played by foot.
No, it's kickball because you kick a ball. That's pretty much it.
I've seen the David Beckham and Manning advert.
That's a
for
good
legs.
commercial. I'll do
Quite
that
good, actually.
commercial.
Yeah, I'll give that.
Well, look, here's the bottom line. When we initially invented our version of football, we called it football. And then some freaking Nigel said, no, we've got a football and it's got this round ball and everybody kicks it and hits it with their head. And we said, no, this is called football. Fuck them. And for television, we dropped the fuck them part. So it's the National Football League, and that's not the National Fuck 'em League. All right. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk about some football or whatever you want to call it. The American football. We're going to talk about that. And we saw how we did last week. If anybody's still with us, you see that I have no idea how we did last week. I know I lost my ass, but the 49ers saved my butt. All right. So what do we got this week, Jesse?
Yes, we have first and foremost, the Baltimore Ravens are traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and surprisingly enough, the Ravens are only favored by 3.5. And I like this point spread, and I like the Ravens to lay the points. And I'm going to put a big old 500 smackers on it.
Wow.
Dang. My man is hitting hard. Let me see if this works for you.
And you're going to lay the points.
No, that's sorry. I'm sitting here working on the show as we're talking, and I'm trying to find background music for whenever Scott gives us his updates. I am not touching this game. The Ravens have been playing down to their opponents. I think that they have been. I just haven't been able to predict it well enough. I really don't like their offense in terms of other than outside of Lamar Jackson. I really don't have, and Mark Andrews. I don't know who is going to be there, what's going to happen, who's reliable. Jacksonville, I don't think they have jack shit, but that means that the Ravens should only beat them by 3. So I'm not touching this game. I'll pick the Ravens to win, but I wouldn't bet it, much less $500.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah, this is juicy. This is money all over for me, man.
All right.
I'm actually gonna put some real dollars on it. Cha-ching.
Okay. Well, we'll see how you do.
I'll take the Ravens on this one as well. I'm not sure I want to touch the line, but I just want to say, yeah, I'll take the Ravens. And I think looking at it, I might just. What's the over? Do you have the over under on there? Jessy?
Yeah, it's 43.5.
Oh, are they gonna? That's a quite high score in that, to be honest.
I think they're dead on with what that's going to be. I think they're dead on with the spread, and I think that they're dead on with what that's going to end up around. It's not an. It's. I wouldn't touch it.
I think Baltimore is going to win by at least 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be. I just can't count on it.
It's a warm weather game, or warmer weather game. It's in Jacksonville. You're going to see a lot of Lamar Jackson. The Ravens defense had been banged up, but they're starting to get more healthy. Yeah, I think this is a big game for the Ravens, to be honest with you.
Wow.
All right, then. There we go. Coming in from the mouth of Jesse, somewhere within all that hair. All right.
Yeah. All right. And the next 1:00 game is the Denver Broncos traveling to the Carolina Panthers. And if you would have told me that this game was a pick 'em at the beginning of the year, I would have said that you're smoking crack. But it is a pick 'em right now. And it's funny, this line has been changing all week long. It started as Denver as a 3-point favorite. It has moved steadily. And this morning you wake up and last night it was a Carolina +1. And then this morning you wake up and now it's a pick 'em game, which I find crazy. And I'm going to lean towards the Panthers in this game, guys. I do not have any faith in Russell Wilson and that Denver Broncos offense. The Panthers are starting Sam Darnold of all people. I'm still picking them.
Okay. Well, I forgot about Sam Darnold. So I was really all ready to pick him anyway. And I think I will still pick them. Is Deontay Foreman playing? As long as he's playing, I'm with them. I really, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at
the Broncos are in such free fall. Latavius Murray and who are going to be their running backs? Because I know they got rid of Melvin Gordon. They traded for Chase Edmonds. He lasted 2 plays.
Jerry Judy's out. KJ Hamler's out. Kwan Williams is out. Andrew Beck, their tight end, is questionable.
And Russell Wilson is in.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Jonathan Harris is out. That's for the Broncos. And then for the Carolina Panthers, you have, let's see, who's out. Corey Littleton, the outside linebacker. He's a good player, but he's out. And then PJ Walker is doubtful. That's why Sam Darnold is playing. And Matt Ioannidis is also out. But still, I mean, look, you cannot put any faith in that Denver Broncos offense whatsoever. No, you just can't whatsoever.
No, you can't whatsoever.
I'm going to take the money line, and I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to put 50 on it.
Okay. What do you got, Scott?
I am looking at this and thinking I have absolutely no idea on this game. It is 3-7 versus 3-8, which is something, as Jesse said, you would never have predicted before the season started. I'm leaning towards Carolina because they're the home team, and Russell Wilson's not been doing anything at all this season. But yeah, I think this Carolina just by maybe a field goal. I'll go with that. I'll take Carolina, but I'm not putting anything on this game.
All right, hang on 1 second here. I got something I want to show you, but I got to take a second to find it. I'll take Carolina, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think that Darnold's got a bit of a better chance to win this game than fucking Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Just I know it's so fucked up. I can't even believe that. Wilson, it doesn't seem to be clicking for him. I think that I would just love to send the Seahawks a Christmas card and thank them profusely for not trading him to the Commanders. Thank God. I wouldn't say we dodged a bullet because we damn sure stood right in front of the barrel and said, pull the trigger. Come on, Paul. But yeah, I got to go with the Panthers here. And I'm trying to pull up this picture that I have of Sam Darnold. And as soon as I get it, I'll be able to show it to you. But I can't find it because I got folders all over the damn place. And let's see. This was Sam Darnold in practice the other day. Here he is, Sam Darnold. Carolina Panthers quarterback for the day. All right, I went a long way to get that stupid fucking joke out.
He delved into the depths of
That's right. I was like sitting there. Let me drag this shit out so I can show you a picture of this stupid cinder block. But that's Sam Darnold, the stupid cinder block. Sam Darnold starting at quarterback for the Carolina Panthers tomorrow afternoon. There you go. All right, who do we have next?
We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Cleveland. What a beautiful place Cleveland is.
Oh, yeah, Cleveland. I'll tell you, have you ever been to the Hall of Fame?
No, I want to, though. That's probably the only place in Ohio that I probably want to go to, or the
How
Cleveland
close
area.
is Canton then to Cleveland?
It's very close. I mean, it's
within
like
a town over.
It's like 40 miles south or 30 miles south. It's just an outskirt town. And I've been up there twice, by the way. It's a great place to go. If you've never been, you should go. It's awesome. And as you're driving from south, from Marietta, Ohio, to get up to Cleveland on this fucking long ass highway, dude, there is a barn, and I mean one of those fucking barns that's got written on the
just a fucking
So a
barn.
barn.
Man.
I mean,
It's just
it's more than just the barn. I mean, it's a fucking big long ass goddamn warehouse barn, right?
Mhm.
But written on the roof of this fucking barn in like 30-foot high letters, porn. It's the biggest porn warehouse you could ever see, and it can be seen from an aircraft. I think that's what they're doing. They're advertising to the fucking airline pilots that are flying in and have to stay over in Cleveland.
Definitely have to
There's
check
this-
that out if I'm next time I'm in Cleveland.
I tell you what, if I hadn't had my kid, the car I'd have freaking made a right, because I was like, Jesus, I wanted to just go in there and go, hello. It was, my God.
Splendid.
Exactly. So, it was
Yeah,
just
so the
straight-
Buccaneers are favored by 3.5, and that looks like across the board on other platforms
Jesse's-
as well too.
He's like the uncle. All right, kids. Go fuck
But
Get back in the real world.
one thing about it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are banged up right now. No Leonard Fournette, no Russell Gage, Vita Vea is questionable. The Browns are pretty healthy right now. I don't know. The Buccaneers are a funny team to try to gauge from a week to week. I mean, one week they look great. Tom Brady's firing in all cylinders, and the next week no one can catch a fucking ball. And it's not. I don't think it's Tom Brady. I think it's the rest of the fucking team. I'm going to stay away from this game right now. Looking at the over/under, it's 42. I'd probably take the under because the Cleveland Brown defense can play well. But I mean, I would definitely lean towards the Buccaneers. I'd pick the Buccaneers to win.
What's the spread on that?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, I think 3.5 is about what Tampa Bay's been beating teams by. They've been scoring like 12 points a game, it seems like. I see a lot of times when the Buccaneers win like 15-9. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Buccaneers because it's going to be the breakout game. One old man to another old man. Julio Jones in the end zone 2 times. And I'm going to say that the Buccaneers win this game 17-15.
And Jacoby Brissett also, he's had some good games this season.
He's not bad.
It hasn't really been showing up in the wins and losses, but I've been surprised at how well he's tried to carry the team. They've got issues all over the field though. But
Donovan
I
Peoples
think
Jones
that
is not one of them. He's
No.
pretty good.
This is a run game. Do you think they just go heavy dose Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt?
I would have figured, especially with Vita Vea
Yeah.
being questionable, I would definitely, if I was the Cleveland Browns, is definitely heavy dose of the run and keep Tom Brady off the field.
Well, not just keep Tom Brady off the field, but that's the Buccaneers' weakness this year is their defense. Their whole defense it's one of those mystifying things. Why is it not playing up to par? Why are their linebackers getting shoved all over the place? And they are. So
And it's not every game though. They've had some decent defensive gains, but they're just a hot and cold team that any smart bettor would stay away from that.
Mhm.
right. So that brings us into the equation. I'm not touching this game because a smart bettor told me not to. All right.
So I'll take Tampa Bay here. I'm not going to back against Brady. I think it is going to be a close game again. I think it's going to end up something like 17-20, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that seems about right.
They've got it spot on that line there. 3.5 is about right. It's pretty much where you would want to be.
Yeah. So far, I haven't laid $1. I don't like any of
No,
these
I'm the
lines.
same, man. I don't like anything this week.
This next game coming up is an intriguing matchup for the AFC side. The Bengals are traveling to Tennessee, facing the Titans.
Oh, hey,
Now
I
the
have
line.
these
This is a
Wow.
good job.
Yeah, I forgot
to
I
be
had
late.
these things.
Way to be late,
halfway
everybody.
into the game. Hey, you know what? You're not tuning in for the professional aspects of this show.
It's very good.
Um,
I like this.
This is a pick'em game now. Earlier
Unbelievable.
in the week, the Bengals were favored. Let me pull up the injury report and let's see what we got. Joe Mixon is out. Jamar Chase, I think, he's going to play. He is questionable. For Tennessee, you have Jessy Simmons. That's the big time player right there for that defensive line. He is questionable with an ankle. I don't think he's going to play. But nobody really of note, except for maybe their kicker. I don't know, guys. Well, this is a tough one to pick. I think these two teams are a good match for each other. Tennessee's defense has been playing well, but Cincinnati's offense, man, they can air it out at any moment. If I'd had to lean somewhere, I would probably lean towards the Tennessee Titans and pick them to win.
Well, it's a pick'em game, so I mean, leaning is what you're basically doing no matter what. And since it's a pick'em game, I'm going to go ahead and drop my first $1 of the week this week, and it's going to be $100 on the Titans to win. Just straight up pick'em. I think they are playing a little bit better right now. The Bengals, they even before Jamar Chase got hurt, they've just been in a funk, man. They can't protect their quarterback, and they just have that Super Bowl spoon, and so do the Rams. So.
Yeah, and see what kind of scares me a little bit is Tennessee can get after the defense, but they do that with Jeffrey Simmons, and since he's more than likely not going to play, you got to wonder how much they can get to Joe Burrow, even though the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line can be a sieve at times. I mean, Jamar Chase coming back, that's a big boost, big boost.
Yeah.
But if I was the Tennessee Titans and just do what they've been doing all season, rely on Derrick Henry and just run the fucking ball
That's exactly
and keep
what I
the
was gonna
Bengals
say.
off the field.
So it seems to me that Tennessee is starting to turn a corner again now. They always seem to have this, like, around about November, they start looking like a team that could get quite a deep playoff run. They did it last year. They did it the year before.
Not counting out the Bengals whatsoever, man.
I trust Coach Vrabel. I think he's very good. And I think we will see a massive dose of Derrick Henry running on the Cincinnati Bengals. I have no idea what's happened to them. I mean, I know they were in the Super Bowl, which was a bit of a surprise last year, but they went out in the summer and they strengthened the offensive line with really good players.
They didn't do it.
They haven't done anything. You know what I mean? They've done absolutely nothing, and I think he's still the highest sacked quarterback in the NFL.
Look, I know that the wrong tagline's going to be on this, but this is their offensive line coach. I don't know. I want to cast the aspersions, but
it's funny. The two positions right now in the NFL that's the hardest to fill is one, the quarterback, and two, offensive linemen. There's just not enough good offensive linemen out there to stretch out to 32
they get hurt
teams.
So much,
and that's true.
They're so big now, and they're supposed to be so athletic. And man, bodies just. Some of them are made that way, and some of them aren't. I just wanted to point out down here with Yam Starchy, why can you pick your friends and you pick your nose, but you can't pick your friends' nose. I'm just so glad that our Far East correspondent brings to us that dignified touch that is the ancient Japanese culture. You can pick your nose, but I can show you a video of tentacle beast picking girl's nose with 100 tentacles. I swear to God, listen, you people, while I got you on the line here, Yam, we're going to have a discussion about you people's porn over there. My God.
Stop blurring everything out. I mean, sure. Jesus.
Well, yeah, I don't understand that for one. Jesus Christ. What the hell's the matter with you people? Here, the Japanese government says, it's illegal to show the genitals. But, well, as long as we don't show that part while this gigantic space alien beast with friggin' 30 dicks is banging her. Okay. So we're off on some tangent there, and I'm trying to figure out how to get him off of there. Jesus, Yam, you and your perversions. What's the matter with you?
So I'll take Tennessee here as well. I think Derrick Henry's going to run the ball. I'm also going to take the over, which is 42 points. So I'm going to take the over here, and I'm going to put $50 on the over.
Man, if I had the capability, maybe that thing, I got to talk to Nathan and see if Nathan can tell me. He's got to remind me what that tool was that he had. Maybe if I could figure out a way to put pixelation on our screen here, we can really
Jessy can do it. He's got a pixelated face most of the time.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, Yam, you could probably call some girls into your room right now, have Jessy move around on the camera and go, hey, look. And they'll be like, oh, dirty movie.
Arigato.
All right. Well, now see that one I knew. All right. That's a Christmas card.
Houston Texans are traveling to Miami to get boat raced. And Vegas kind of agrees with everybody. And
the Texans going on the road is like a bunch of cattle getting on a train and getting to the end and getting off and getting their heads sliced off and served up in Don Shula's restaurant.
Yeah. 14 and a half, and that's what the Miami's laying.
Is it 14 and a half now? It was 14 an hour ago.
I'm taking the points. Taking the points.
Taking points. Right, okay.
Miami's got a good defense.
You're taking Texans in the points?
No, I'm taking.
You're
Miami's laying the points.
You're laying the points. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. You're going to confuse Scott over here.
I'm still confused with this laying and taking. Like what? Just doing decimals. I've told you.
He's not confused with laying and taking. He's like, oh, right there.
Give it or take it this week.
Give it a good old Rogering.
We call it top and bottoming. Yeah, but anyway, that's around the 7-Eleven down the road. Yeah.
Well, over here, making the two-backed beast, you know.
So you're taking Miami and you're laying the points.
I'm laying the points,
which means
they're going to beat the Texans by 15 points or
by
more.
15. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's 14 and a half is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm also going to take
anything on that, Jessy.
I'm going to put a 50 burger on that.
I'm doubling that. I'm all in on the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to lay it down and I'm going to put 100 on that.
I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see the Miami Dolphins in deep in the playoffs this year. I think they got a great team.
Yeah, we aren't right. Absolutely.
John is not right. You're absolutely correct.
On a podcast.
Jesus, yeah. Tell you what.
Well, I'm going to go. This is my biggest bet of the week, and this is the easiest game to predict of the week. I'm going to just take Miami for the win as a whole, and I'm going to put 400 on this.
So you're going to make about $3 on that.
Probably,
yeah. Saying.
Yeah,
it's minus 800.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll lay the points then as well. This is going to be an absolute walloping. It's going to be at least 18, 20 points.
Yeah, so, Derek Stingley's still out. They can't guard anybody. It's
400 Miami.
We got an interesting game coming up here in the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. Home game for the Jets. Jets are laying 7 points. I don't understand the line.
No idea.
Especially with a third-string quarterback. Yes, the Jets defense is.
Yeah, is it White that's starting?
Yes, I don't know. I don't understand why they're not starting Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco still.
He played well for him.
Yes, he did. I don't get that at all. The Jets have a great defense. They're still
they're in a good position.
They're still 6-4.
Yeah.
This just doesn't make any sense. This is a too big of a point spread. I'm taking Chicago plus the points. Obviously, I'm taking. I don't even know if I'm taking the Jets to win. Be honest with you. I'm just going to pick the spread, and I'm going to say I'm not picking the game winner, but Chicago. Well, hold on a second. I know Justin Fields is questionable.
It's his non-throwing shoulder, but it's a pretty serious injury. It's a sprained
AC
shoulder.
joint.
Right. He gets knocked down on it, man. That shit hurts.
Who's Chicago's backup?
I will listen. All right, I'm hedging my bet here a little bit.
That's a good question. Let me go check it out.
I think it's Nick Foles.
I'm hedging my bet here a bit, and I'm going to take Chicago plus the points if Justin Fields plays. If he does not play, bet's null and void, and I'm going to put 200 on it.
Okay. It's Trevor Seaman.
Trevor Simeon, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Trevor Seaman.
And the Jets are not. The Jets aren't very healthy either on the defense. Sheldon Rankins is out. That's big time dude on the defensive line. Their nose tackle. Dwayne Brown, their offensive tackle, is out, and so is Zane Lewis. Well, he's questionable. So Jets are not the healthiest. They've got some big time players.
So Chicago have got to get within 7 points for your bet, then, Jesse.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
That's if Justin Fields plays.
If Fields plays.
You know, on the Chicago side of the injury, Jaquan Brisker, their good rookie safety, he is out. Kyler Gordon, the cornerback, is out, and so is Sterling Weatherford, whoever the fuck that is.
It's Mrs. Weatherford's favorite son.
Yeah. What are you doing, John, with this game then? Chicago, New York Jets.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets and the 6 points because down goes fucking Justin Fields. They're going to hit him and he's going to go down. I think that what's his name? The defensive tackle in the middle there. I can't remember his name. Quentin Williams. He's going to fucking nail him. Put him down. Drop that 300
points on this.
The Jets are not favored, are they?
Yeah, the Jets are favored by 7.
By 7? Oh, well, then I'm not putting a dime on it. I thought the Bears were favored because what's going to happen is once Fields gets hurt, in comes Trevor Seaman, starring as the Big Bear. Watch him under a pile of men getting sacked. Watch him try to roll out and use his tight end. You like that, baby? Yeah. Trevor Seaman. Coming this week to the White Swallow Theater.
Oh, dear.
All right, the Vegas Raiders are traveling north to visit the Seattle Seahawks in a contest of the ages.
So I'm going to take Chicago.
We went from the porn theater guy to the Masterpiece Theater here with Jesse.
So I'm going to take Chicago just for the win.
Sorry there, mate.
It's all right.
All right.
Anyway, Las Vegas versus Seattle. Let's do it.
Yeah. Seattle is favored by 4. And you know what, guys? I think Seattle's going to come down to earth a little bit, and I'm going to pick the Las Vegas Raiders money line. So straight out win, and I'm going to put $100 on it.
Okay.
Look, the Vegas, they have been the season hasn't gone too well with them, but
that's
what they do have is Derek Carr is still playing his ass off, and they have Devontae Adams. And Devontae's been scoring pretty much every fucking game, it seems like. And if you have him for fantasy, kudos to you. But, you know, I think they're going to start to come alive here. They did last week. And I think they're going to surprise some people by going to Seattle and dealing with the 12th man and putting a hurt on the Seahawks.
I'm putting $100 on the Seahawks, and I'm going to lay these 4 points because no matter what the Raiders do, they trip on their dick. All right. Because you're correct. Carr's not playing bad. Devontae Adams has kind of come out of it a little bit, and he's starting to play pretty well. But they have this thing called Josh McDaniel, and that guy can't get out of his own way. I don't care. He's going to have to really show me. There is no showing me. This dude's not a very good head coach. All right. When I see Derek Carr crying like that on the microphone because he lost a football game, that means he is thoroughly fucking confused as to what the hell is going on. He doesn't know how it's happening, why it's happening, what he's doing, what's going wrong. And when that's going on, you got to look at the head coach and say, dude, shouldn't you be pumping gas somewhere? What the fuck
can't
are you
afford
doing
to fire him, can they, John, as we talked about last week?
Yeah, that's right. My stupid son, that idiot with his stupid haircut, gave him too much goddamn money. I told him anybody that the Broncos have ever hired is verboten ever since that bastard Shanahan. Anyway, the Ghost of
Scotty, what you got?
I'm just going to take Seattle here at home. Geno Smith's playing well. I do think Devontae Adams played really, really well the last few weeks. That walk-off overtime touchdown was class. When I watched that, I was like, yep, Derek Carr's 1-1 just here. The good thing with Vegas as well is they've got, I can't remember, Max Crosby, isn't it? He's been playing really well as well.
Yeah,
defense again. He's a decent,
but they don't put it together.
Player. But yeah, it just seems that they can't put it's like the Washington team of old. It's either one team, one side of the ball plays really well, the other side's terrible, and they just can't seem to get it together.
It's
so
like that still. It's not no Washington
I know,
team
but
of old.
in Seattle, I'll take Seattle. just because of that.
That over underline is pretty juicy too. Is at 47.5, and I think some
I'd take the
points.
over on that.
Yeah, some
I'll
points
put
are going to
50
get
on the
scored
over
in
there.
this one, and yeah,
You want 50
I
on
am
the
too.
over?
Yeah, I'll put 50 on the over.
What was the over under again? Sorry?
47.5.
Thank you. And you're going to put 50 both. So Jessy.
All right, the LA Chargers are traveling to Arizona to is Kyler Murray playing or what? Let's see.
I don't know.
Like he looks like he is. But the Chargers only favored by 3 points. I don't understand why the Arizona Cardinals can't get out their own way, and they are extremely, extremely beat up. I mean, check this out: Rondell Moore out, Zach Ertz out, Byron Murphy out, Charles Washington out, DJ Humphreys out, Greg Dorshak out. And look, I think I'm taking the Chargers to lay the points, and I'm going to put 200 on this one as well, man. I think the Chargers go into Arizona and just wipe the fucking floor with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Mike Williams is out for the Cardinals. Talking about their injury report. Let's see.
Sorry, what was that? 200 on who did you say?
The Cardinals.
Cardinals. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow that. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not bold enough to put 200 on it, but I'm going to put 100 on it because even though the Cardinals have all those injuries, somehow when you read down the list of their wide receivers, you look back and you see they got Robbie Anderson, they got DeAndre Hopkins, both of which are capable of catching fire. And Robbie Anderson, he ain't much, but every once in a while he pulls out a game. But DeAndre Hopkins can take over a football game.
Mm-hmm.
He can own a football game. But I'm going to go ahead and take that because the Chargers.
The Chargers' defensive backs are pretty stout, though. They got some pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. But the Chargers, I can't figure them out. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Cardinals,
they've been injured. Herbert was injured earlier this season. They've had some big injuries with their skill position players. They're starting to get more healthy now. I think the Chargers are going to start lining up and take off to fight for a maybe the last playoff spot. I mean, they're pretty far behind. I think they're 6-5 right now, or no, 5-5 right now. They still have a chance though.
Yeah. The Cardinals are in a similar position, I think, and they're as being a home underdog. That's an unusual.
Yeah, they're 4-7. Kingsbury, I don't like him. I don't like him as a coach.
He's gone. He is the first. He's the first head coach that will be gone on after the season. I'm going to stand out on an island here, and I'm going to take the Chargers to win this one.
Okay. All right. Did you say you're on the island with everybody else? Then probably.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Chargers. I think they're going to win this.
Did you write our stuff down wrong? We were both picking the Chargers.
I thought you were picking Arizona. Sorry.
What the hell? What are you doing? See, I think we need a new scorekeeper.
Absolutely.
No, I think it's kind of fun with our score completely up in the air. We have no idea what it is until it comes down to the end. It's kind of like running for president. I'm happier than hell with it.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
It's all right. You got to remind me to change the graphic at the bottom, though.
I'll take the Chargers and I'll stick 100 on that too.
All right. Well, see, now we made him feel guilty and he put money up on it.
Yeah.
All right. So who's next?
All right. We got the Los Angeles Rams going to Kansas City also to get boat raced. The Chiefs are favored by 15.5.
Big line.
Yeah. Matt Stafford is out, I believe. He's out with a neck. Allen Robinson is questionable.
It's just like a Gatorade.
On the other side, Kadarius Toney is out. Juan Thornhill is out. Joe Thuney is out. And Chris Lamons is questionable. No, I'm sorry. Joe Thuney is questionable.
You were just engaging in some Japanese porn over there.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
Filthy. Okay.
I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to have them lay the points. And I'm going to put a hundy on there.
I can almost make it. You got a filthy hat.
Me?
Yeah. Because look, see, there it goes again.
Brand new.
The pixelation comes. See, there it is. In Japan, they're going, oh, he has pornographic hat. All right.
Yeah, 15 and a half.
What are you thinking this is going to be then? You think this is going to be over 15 and a half? Well, without Stafford.
They're just going to blow the Rams
The
out.
over-under is 42, and I think Kansas City can score all 42 of those points.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good bet. I'm taking the Chiefs, and I'm laying the points as well. I'm not going to put any money on it. That's just a little too high for my blood for an NFL football
The
game.
only way the Kansas City Chiefs don't win by more than 15 and a half or 16 points is if they take all of their starters out at halftime on both sides of the ball.
By then, it's already 42.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll stick 100 on this and lay the points. Kansas City. Yeah, this is a. Now you said Stafford's not playing. That changes things enormously. Even if he's
not really.
Well, no, I know he's had an elbow.
They've been pretty fucking rough.
I genuinely think it would be closer than 15. I think it might be 13 possibly.
Well, right.
But I don't think it would be as much as it would have been without him. But with. I can't remember who the backup is. He's not very good, that's for sure.
He's okay. He's okay. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but he's okay. But they just don't have. They've been just off kilter all effing year, and it's Stafford's elbow and all that kind of stuff like that. But even they don't have Cooper Kupp, so they can't figure out who their running back is. They decide they don't ever want to see Cam Akers ever again. They banish him to his room. So
they went and bought their Super Bowl, which more power to them, and they have a lot of star players, but a lot of those star players are injured right now, and they didn't have the cap room to get any backups that are worth a shit.
Even before their star players got hurt, they Allen Robinson should be strolling with this team.
Sure.
He's not doing a thing. So they've got players. It's just all falling. I think a lot of it comes down to Stafford and his hurt arm.
Who was the linebacker they picked up that was a big free agent?
Oh, Bobby Wagner, right?
That's it, Bobby Wagner.
Right.
From
so,
the Seahawks.
That he's cussing himself for picking the Rams to fucking play.
Shit,
he had a lot of
he's living in
suitors.
Southern California. He's making bank. And look, I mean, they still have a star-studded secondary. It's still all there. They just
Jalen Ramsey's class, yeah.
They haven't done anything with it.
But
so
Aaron Donald's been off it all season as well. He's not been he's played well, but he's not his usual
greatest player.
Instead of the number one D tackle in the league, he's like number 4. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but for him, that's because the difference between him and
is him and everybody, everybody else. Yeah,
right. When he was one, he was way up there. But so everything just seems to be off. And the thing about it is, a lot of the kids that are out there are going to think you can go buy a Super Bowl, and just understand this: they did, but they're the only the second team that I can say bought the Super Bowl, and the other one would be the 2002 Buccaneers. Every skill position player on their offense they bought and paid for. The Buccaneers a couple of years ago, they brought in Brady and they brought in Gronk, but everybody else,
they had a solid defense before them two came. That's why they went out and got Brady and Gronk, because those are the missing pieces. Yeah. All right, moving on.
So fuck the Rams. They're dead in the water.
New Orleans Saints 49ers. And the 49ers, the Red Rocket is still
the Red Rifle. The Red Rifle. The Red Rocket. No, it's quite not.
If I want to call Andy Dalton a dog dick boner, I will, okay?
Okay. That's fair enough.
Pink lipstick.
Well, see, now what you do with it is your business.
The Saints defense is beat up. San Francisco's
it's 10, isn't it? They're 10-point favorite.
Yeah. Eric Armstead, he's doubtful. Deebo Samuel's questionable. They're favored by 10. They're going to roll. This line might be a little funny because Dalton's been a little bit streaky this year too. Actually,
they've stayed tight with teams that they shouldn't, and they've beaten teams that you wonder what the fuck happened.
So I'm gonna stay away from this line, but I definitely pick the 49ers to win.
Same here. I'm picking the 49ers, but I ain't touching shit.
So, yeah, exactly the same. 49ers, I am not touching anything that involves New Orleans. We should have learned from the last 2 times. Yeah, New Orleans aren't winning this. Oh, they won.
I know. I'm not touching it.
No, New Orleans are going to get boat raced. Oh, they won.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah,
so,
I ain't done. Yeah.
Take the 49ers.
Yeah, no, New Orleans have fucked me up a couple times this year,
same as
so
me,
I'm
yeah.
staying far away from these motherfuckers.
That's right. So yeah, as far as we're concerned, the goddamn New Orleans Saints can. Fuck, I can't find my shit anymore, motherfucker. You know what? I'm crying about it. And
excuses like assholes. Everybody got them.
who's the next game?
Next game, I think, Jesse.
Oh, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers are
7-point underdogs.
Yeah, 7-point underdogs. Their defense is beat up. Romeo Dobbs is out. Bakhtiari is
Still
questionable. He's questionable. So, but I think
he's played
their game plan is going to be exactly what we did to the Eagles.
They're gonna try.
They're going to try, but they have the ammunition to do it. Aaron Jones is a phenomenal running back. If they can get their offensive line combination right, I think they can keep this game semi-close. I'm not going to put anything on it. 7 points seems like a little much, but the Eagles have it in them to definitely beat this team by more than 7 points.
They do.
I just don't trust the Eagles defense. And I don't trust the Packers offense enough to keep it close.
So who you picking?
I'm picking the Eagles to win. But I'm gonna stay away from that line.
Okay.
Not me. I'm gonna go ahead and put 200 on the Eagles. I think they're gonna walk them because
you're gonna lose some money. Never mind.
Well,
I mean, we would like for the Green Bay Packers. So actually,
I would love
it. I don't think it would make a difference. I don't think Green Bay is going to be able to catch us anyways.
And I don't think we're catching the Eagles. But the fact of the matter is the Packers, they don't use their players the way they should. I mean, for one, Aaron Rodgers says he came out this week and said his thumb has been broken. It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's been playing with it, but it's on his throwing hand. And you can see that he can't put the ball down the field. You can see that he doesn't have any zip on it. So they're going to try to run the ball. But for some stupid reason, Aaron Jones is really good, but they've seemingly forgot about A.J. Dillon. They don't do any kind of real platooning to give any of that 1-2 punch. He gets like 11 carries a game, and it's like that's not enough. So if you're going to do what you're going to do, what the Commanders did against the Eagles, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to see a hell of a lot of A.J. Dillon, I think, and I don't think you're going to see it. They don't have the wide receivers, and they don't have the quarterback to be able to keep up if the Eagles start fucking hitting bombs away, and they're capable. So that's what I'm doing. 200 on the Eagles, and I'm laying the points.
Laying the points. Right, okay.
That's right.
So I'm going to go with a Philly win. And I think I agree with John's assessment there. I think this is going to be a walkover for Philly.
Well, I think Christian
Watson gets a touchdown again. He's been on fire.
He's on fire, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Christian Watson. He's turned out to be a good wide receiver and something.
But this is a really good game. Is this a late game, by the way?
Yeah, it's the 8:20 game.
I will watch this, game. I think, because this, I think, is going to be close. I think Philly have got more than enough firepower to win this by 14, 17.
They should. Should.
I think they do.
It's going to be close, I think. I think it's still going to be quite a close game.
Yeah, they should win this game. But, I right now, look, we're not the only team that's been able to put a hurt on Philadelphia through running the ball. Close. Houston was able to. We were able to. Who did they play last week?
The Colts.
Detroit.
They won by a point.
They
won at the end.
Detroit. They almost lost that game, and the Colts ran all over them.
Colts won by. Was it 16-15 that game last week? I think it was.
It was 13-10. I think 13-10, something like that.
It was close.
But I don't trust the Philadelphia defense to be able to stop the run game, and there's kind of a blueprint out there to beat the Eagles.
I don't trust the Packers to establish it. That's what I'm saying. They got the horses, they just don't use it.
It was 16-17, Jesse. That one.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, I'm just saying that's I'm staying away from this. I think the line's a little bit too big. I think the Packers can keep it close if they can keep it to a game plan. If Matt LaFleur and Rodgers, Rodgers, he can throw it out. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's been throwing it out there to Watson. You know, they keep with the run game and then, you know, come out with the play action, depending upon how bad Rodgers' thumb is. You know, he can still he can still hurt you. That's why I'm saying.
Well, you know, he said this week it's been broken, but I've noticed that they've never really done anything more than use like KT tape on it to stabilize it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and he does. When I say he has no zip on it, he can't throw it. Occasionally he does, but it's not Aaron Rodgers. It's like Taylor Heineke. Hey, you know, in the third quarter, remember that pass he had that had some zip on it? Yeah, that's the pass that he had some zip on.
All right, the Monday night game, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. This is an interesting game. I mean, it's going to be boring as shit with two teams that, you know, we don't fucking care about. But it's a close line, 2.5 points. The Colts are favored by. The Colts, you know, are banged up right now. DeForest Buckner, Kwity Paye, Yannick Ngakoue, they're all questionable.
Paye's coming back, though. He's been out for the last couple of weeks.
Those are – what's that?
Kwity Paye's been out, though, so he's at least questionable. He's on his way back up.
Yeah, those are some 3 big-time defensive players for the Colts. On the Steelers side of the ball, you have Jalen Warren, Akello Witherspoon. How do you pronounce that? He's
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon. They're both out. Miles Boykin is questionable, and so is Robert Spillane.
Robert
Spillane.
I don't know. Robert Spillane. Yeah. Hangs out with Jimmy Liver.
Yeah, I think I'm on the Colts with this one. Over under is 39. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, to be honest with you.
Who's the home team? Is it Indianapolis?
Yeah, Indy's a home team. I'm going to go to the Colts laying the points. I'll put $50 on it.
$50.
All right.
This is just for shits and giggles, really, to be honest.
Right. Although, you know, to be quite honest, if you're still giggling while you're shitting, you know, you should go see a doctor. There's probably a growth there that you shouldn't have.
Sometimes it depends.
You know,
it's kind of funny.
You know, well, that's different. Especially if you live in the
farts are funny.
Farts
are funny.
Farts are funny, whatever age you are.
That's right. And, you know, when I was younger, I used to live on the 3rd floor of an apartment. And when I was sitting in the bathtub, goddamn right. And I knew that downstairs that son of a bitch was coming through as amplified and as vibrato as it could. So yeah. Hey, all right. I'm not going to touch the game in terms of betting. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Steelers because I think TJ Watt is going to get in there and he's going to get on Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan is going to look like a broken freaking Q-tip by the end of the game.
Could be.
I'm going to take the Colts. Jeff Saturday gets his 2nd win. I think we'll see a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor, and they will run the ball. And I don't trust Kenny Pickett yet. And this Steelers team has been off for a long time, so I'll take the Colts.
Kind of up and down.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts. 3-7, aren't they? So
yeah, so a lot of down.
Colts.
All right. The game of the week.
Game of the week.
The Atlanta Falcons traveling to FedEx, Maryland.
To FedEx, Maryland.
Downtown, FedEx, Maryland. Yeah, I got to make some promos for these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Jumpy.
Yeah, that's the next.
I watched that back today and I was howling like
the next podcast.
Keith's rant at the end about Jumpy Gethers was a goddamn riot.
The next home game, when we send you out traveling there, buddy, we'll send you tickets to FedEx, Maryland. You're going to be FedEx, in the fucking FedEx depot somewhere.
That's the problem. He's going to be telling Captain Gustavio, "I need to get to FedEx, Maryland," and Captain Gustavio's going to be like, "Where's the FedEx Condon."
The Washington Commanders are favored by 4. We are favored by 4.
It's a home game. It's a home game. We've won 5 out of the last 6.
A lot of sharp money is coming in on Washington, and you know
change the game
like we said yesterday. Like I was saying yesterday, this kind of bugs me a little bit that the team is kind of possibly getting too big for their britches. Yeah. The coaches seem like, you know, everything's hunky dory right now. And
I don't know where you're getting at though. Yeah, I mean, they
listen,
feel okay.
Listen to Ron Rivera's interviews. He's usually like, short and that he's just so relaxed and like everything's good. Oh yeah, Benjamin St. Juste, he's out, but Christian Holmes, he's had a really good week of practice. Usually he's like, well, we'll figure it out. And
they gave him some Xanax.
I don't like it. I don't like this matchup. We're due for a letdown.
Is weed legal in Virginia? Maybe he's mellowing out.
Maybe, yeah.
Heading out there on the podium. Hey,
I think this is going to be
threw the ball pretty well.
This is going to be a very close game. And if we let Marcus Mariota get away with some runs, we're going to be in trouble. We need to staunch the run game in the first quarter, make them throw it on us, and hopefully whoever is filling the shoes of Benjamin St. Juste is ready for a game, because they have some big time targets in Drake London and Cordell Patterson. And we have seen in the past that big wide receivers give our defensive backs trouble. That's why we went out and got a big cornerback in Benjamin St. Juste. This game's going to be close. I think I'm going to pick the Falcons to cover the spread.
What was your score prediction, Jesse?
I think it was like
17.
30
like
to
20,
30 to 27 or something like that.
30-27.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is we have to score points.
That's some astute analysis there.
Yeah, we haven't been. The offense hasn't been scoring points. And until I can see that they can and they're capable of it, I can't trust them right now.
I agree. The difference I think that we bring to the table is a defense that's playing at a stellar level. I mean, they're playing outstanding. And the Falcons play right into our hands. They're a run-first team, and even if Marcus Mariota thinks he's going to get running around outside, I'm confident. They held on to Jalen Hurts. They didn't let him get away. Mariota, he might get a couple of here and there, but they can spread that shit out. They do it all the time. As long as they're able to shut down the run as a general rule and not let that play action pass start to open up, I think that they can control the game. I think they can own the game. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Commanders, but I ain't touching that spread because we don't beat anybody by anything.
Yeah. Taylor Heineke's got to throw some touchdowns.
I can see
two touchdown passes this game.
Has to be.
Hang on. I'm having a vision. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Deron Payne is going to pick up a fumble and score with it.
Wow.
That's right. Deron Payne is going to pick up a fumble and score with it, and it's going to be caused because Montez Sweat is going to run in there, and he's going to take Marcus Mariota and hit him so hard that Marcus Mariota's mother is going to be sitting over in fucking Hawaii, and she's going to go, ow. Jesus.
Scott, what you got?
That?
Yeah, I got a Washington win, 17-10. I'm worried a little bit about Cordell Patterson and his run game, especially the way that he returns as well, his return game. I'm a bit questionable about what our return game is going to be like as well, because there's no Dax Milne.
I think it'll be better.
I'm most upset that we've cut Troy Apke. That's just, I mean, come on, guys.
Terrible.
What are we doing?
Terrible. What are we doing here? Yeah.
It's just terrible.
But I think we've got enough to stop the run game from Atlanta, and Washington win, but it'll be a squeaky one again, and it'll probably be a fourth quarter late touchdown from about the 20-yard line on a slant to Logan Thomas.
You just made that up as you were talking. Every word that came out of his mouth was like, I don't know what the next one's going to be.
But I'm just going to let it flow, and we'll see where it goes.
You did great. You did great.
Yeah. But I genuinely think we need to target Logan Thomas more. It's good that he looks like he's back from being nearly 100%.
Yeah, but he's been ill this week, and he's been
he'll be all right. If he's been
bad turkey.
Nursing a rib injury too, because of Taylor Heineke caused that rib injury. But anyways, I don't think this game is going to be. We're going to have to throw the ball. We can't rely on the run. We can't rely on the defense. We have to get into the end zone in this game.
Especially with like I said yesterday on yesterday's show, for those who didn't watch, Atlanta are in the last, in the bottom 3 against the pass. We have to capitalize on that, surely. They have 2 rookie cornerbacks who are out. Wikipedia, mate. Yeah. They have 2 rookie cornerbacks out there. And I think one of them was only not long ago called up from the practice squad. So they're questionable on their secondary as well. So I'll be quite interested to see what happens with that. But it is time for Taylor Heinicke to get the ball in his hands.
It's going
to be a rainy day. It's going to be a rainy day, and I know that the general thinking is that that means they're going to run it. And no, a rainy day favors the wide receivers because they know where they're going, and the defensive backs don't. You can put them on ice skates pretty easily. We've got the wide receivers to be able to do it. Heinicke, I agree. He's got to be accurate. Throw the ball on time. God bless America. Throw the ball on time, Taylor Heinicke, and you can play as well as anybody. Maybe not as well as anybody, but you can play a lot better than you do if you just simply throw the ball on time.
They have a cornerback, and I think it's something Terrell. I forget his first name.
AJ Terrell.
Yeah, he's really good.
Very good.
He's been out. He's been back from injury for the past 2 weeks. I think getting Jahan Dotson involved in this game, I think, is going to be really important because Terry is going to have a little fight on his hands.
Curtis Samuel is out there too. If you want to put your bad boy on Terry, that's fine. We'll throw it over there to number 10. I tell you what, man, it must be time for Christmas dinner.
they're wanting some little sausages. That's what they're wanting. And Jesse's got just that potion, hasn't he?
I'm
shit.
serious. I feel pretty good about the football game tomorrow, and I feel pretty good because
I do.
It flows right. I mean, it's going to be tight. All right, we're not going to walk
game,
over
though.
this.
It is a trap game, so I understand where Jesse's coming from, but I'm still confident that we've got this.
It's a matter for me of the leadership of our defense.
Too much confidence.
Jonathan Allen is not going to let them be overconfident. Not that defense. My confidence doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. I'm confident sitting on the couch all the time. This gives me even more.
This fucking fan base is way too overconfident. This goddamn coaching staff is way too overconfident. The fucking social media team is who puts a fucking bird and fucking stamp a goddamn 30 bird.
I'll tell you what, Jesse, we've got to find your impression of Keith was pretty good there. I like that.
No, it was himself. That was goddamn old ass Abner sitting on the porch pitching the bat when you know that.
I think that your boy Scott Turner's got to call a good game here as well.
He's been calling good games for the past few weeks.
2 weeks. I'll give him 2 weeks. I'll give him his due.
I don't know, man.
I'll say this. When I say Heinicke needs to throw on time, one of the things Heinicke does is he'll drop back his 5 steps and then he does this little hoppy hop.
Yeah.
And then he sits.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, that hoppy hop is supposed to start your fucking climb back up the pocket.
Yeah.
If he would climb back up the pocket a step or two, he would be, because, man, they're trying to wash those defensive ends around. You can't see my hands, but they're trying to wash those defensive ends around, and he's always just standing there right where they're coming.
It's just, do you know what's weird is I watched the quarterbacks from the games that were on Thanksgiving, and I watched even Daniel Jones, and I know I don't rate Daniel
He's not
Jones
as bad as people think,
but
and especially
they were doing
as much as I say.
They were doing 5 and 7 step drops, and he was running back, but then he climbed the pocket again and released the ball. And I'm like, we don't do that. We either roll out into a sack.
And I think
stands there and he waits.
Some of the issues too, you got to kind of look at the offensive line too, and because Taylor Heinicke's small now, a lot of these quarterbacks are tall that are able to see over the line, and so Taylor Heinicke's kind of stay back a little bit to get that angle, so he's able to see. So I think that I think Scott Turner gets a lot of shit.
Quarterback breakdown,
but and a lot of it is to no fault of his own, but especially earlier on in the season when you have a quarterback that's kind of a statue and you have an offensive line that's kind of a sieve, you're fighting with, you're only working with so much. Like we were saying yesterday, I really would like to see how Wentz would be.
I can't do that. I don't know what happens to this microphone.
No, I think that's what they planned on in the beginning of the season. They never planned on, Scott or Carson Wentz getting hurt.
Yeah.
that's some of Heineke's limitations. And
well, I'll tell you what.
See that stuff now.
His limitations are compounded by his mistakes, because that's what I'm talking about. He's got to be able to see, but he does this, and I hope you can tell me tomorrow I didn't see any of that, and I hope because he doesn't do it, but he will, because he doesn't seem to ever learn from his mistakes. He'll drop back and he does this little plop. It's just a little hoppy. Just
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
And then he stands there.
Yeah.
He stands there. His feet don't move. He stands there. So if you climb the pocket a step or two, A, you'll let those defensive ends get washed around you, and B, that shit starts to move. And you watch Tom Brady, and I know I don't want to compare him to Tom Brady. However, he has played 2 excellent games and beaten him once, right? Yeah. So, but that's what makes Tom Brady so good.
Manipulates the pocket so well.
Does.
Like
Brady
going in and out, moving just
a step here, a slide there.
Yeah,
right. And the Brady is so good at that. So then, if Heineke could learn to step up a little bit, I guarantee you he'd start to find those gaps.
And Heineke hasn't got the legs of a Lamar Jackson or a Justin Fields or even a Hurts to get you out of that pocket and away.
You do. And another thing,
neither the legs of Dax Milne's sister.
A lot of people
that's definitely something he hasn't got.
A lot of people have kind of came down on Heineke or Scott Turner for not letting Heineke run as often. But what people fail to realize is a lot of times there's either a spy on Heineke or the defense is playing. I mean, that's what we do too with our running quarterback. That's what we've done with Jalen Hurts, and we've done in the past because we've gotten burned before. The defenses know what Heineke's good at, and they plan for this stuff. So I think Heineke's just doing all that he can, and especially. I think that Green Bay game was one that really, really stood out. I think whoever number 5 was, they stayed on Heineke because they were afraid that Heineke was going to take off and run. Yeah, and they put a spy on him. And defenses now they're good enough, especially if you have offensive line issues, that they can kind of sit back and just kind of surround and you're not able to move out of the pocket. So people got to take that in consideration as well.
True. Let's hope he's buying some red and black freaking Air Jordans this week.
Those are my favorite ones. There's Air Jordan. The Air ones are the ones that I want.
The last week he bought them for his set of tight ends. He bought them for the tight end group. He bought them for the offensive line the week before that.
Defensive line this week.
Let's hope that, or hope the running backs or something like that. They go ahead and earn those shoes. All right, boys, we are close to 106. We got yelled at by Scott G. Last year's Scott, as he likes to call himself. Hi, Scott.
There's no last year's. It's fine. Scott G, come on in.
Yes,
and
Scott,
shout out Larry. Hello.
Right, we're just going alphabetically. This is Scott H. So next year, Scott I, be ready. No, he said hour and 40. We did. We went an hour and 40 minutes yesterday.
That was our longest podcast ever.
And
about I think like 63 minutes of that was Keith yelling about fucking Thanksgiving dinner.
It was so much fun though. All right. So anyway, we're not gonna dumbass. That was funnier than hell. Oh, my wife asked me afterwards, was he serious? I was like, no, he fucking serious. Jesus Christ. And if he is, I'm laughing even louder. All right. So we're gonna kill it at 107 and 108. Let's just go for 26 seconds, right?
You're fucking dumb. Let's get out of here.
See you, gents.
Later.